And we are live on Facebook and YouTube.
All right, I'd like to welcome everybody to the Carroll County Commissioners meeting Thursday, September 4th. Please join me for the pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Wagner,
Here.
Commissioner Madransky,
Here.
Commissioner Leggett.
Here. Certification by the clerk.
I, Eva N. Johnson, Assistant Clerk 2, certified that the entire recording of the proceedings at the prior meetings are captured completely and accurately in the electronic record and are available at the office.
Motion to approve the summary recording.
So moved. I'll second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye, that motion's carried. Motion to approve the travel request.
Approve the request. Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye. Aye.
Aye, that motion's carried. Motion to approve the appropriations.
So moved. I'll second.
Any questions on those?
None.
All in favor, aye?
Aye. Aye.
Aye, that motion's carried. Motion to approve the appropriation amendment.
Move to approve the amendments. Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye. Aye.
Aye, that motion's carried. The bills today are $108,687.83. Motion to pay the bills.
So moved. I will second.
Any questions on the bills? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye, that motion's carried. Motion to pay the bills without prior.
Move to pay. Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye, that motion's carried. At this time, we have Merle Long, intern dog warden. Got your monthly report, Merle? All right. We'll give you the floor.
For the month of August, we took in 21 dogs. We adopted 11 dogs to new families. 8 dogs were returned to their families. No dogs were euthanized. We issued two citations for no license and 9 citations for dogs running at large
That's your final report, huh?
for the month of August. Yes.
Want me to advise that Merle Long, assistant dog warden, filed his report for the week of August 24th, 2025 to August 30th, 2025, showing 2 dogs impounded, 2 adopted out, 1 redeemed, 0 euthanized, 0 citations for no license, and 2 citations for running at large. Thanks, Merle.
You're welcome.
We have Dawn on Zoom.
She doing the Zoom?
Yes, she is. Let me give her privileges here. Dawn, can you hear?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yes. You have the floor.
All right,
Thanks,
Dawn.
April.
CGR superintendent, got your monthly report?
I do. Good morning.
Good morning.
So we are so grateful for everyone that helped make our 17th annual open house in Cruisin' such a wonderful success. Our staff went above and beyond preparing, and all of their hard work truly showed how much enjoyment, and both our residents and everyone that attended the open house, it made it worthwhile. A special thank you goes out to our volunteers, businesses, and individuals who generously donated baskets and items for our Chinese auction, as well as everyone who came out to celebrate the day with us. We would also like to give a heartfelt thank you to Spike Man for providing his excellent announcing DJ services, Anessa and Heather from the Friendship Center for serving snow cones, Sarah from Traditions Hospice serving cotton candy, the Nip family for running our chili cook-off, Kathy Horn and Pixie from Ohio's Hospice for serving popcorn. Chelsea Householder also put on a fantastic show under our pavilion. We are in the process of switching IT and phone providers. Please, if you are a family member trying to contact a resident and are not able to, push 0 for the main office and we'll get you connected. We are able to provide our residents with more of a basic phone, and they will be getting new extensions assigned. So once that is starting to come about, we will let all of the family members know as well. Are you interested in becoming more active in supporting our county home and residents? If so, we would love to have you join our auxiliary board meeting on October 2nd at 4:30 p.m. in the NPR room, top floor of the county home. We will be serving light refreshments. This is a wonderful opportunity to share your suggestions, thoughts, and ideas to help improve the lives of our residents and continue the strong tradition of community involvement. We hope you all can attend. We are excited to share our brand new website with you all, carrollgonaturetreat.com. A special thank you to Sean Pennington for all of his hard work and talent in creating such a beautiful website for our county home. Please take a minute to check it out. Our fall barn sale this year is pending due to the barn roof replacement happening potentially at the end of this month. If we are able to, our fall barn sale will be October 10th and 11th. We will announce as soon as we are able to, pending project repairs. We are accepting new residents, male and female. We continue to offer respite stays. We ended the month of August with 20 females, 10 males, 1 new admission, and 1 respite stay. That completes my August monthly update. Does anyone have any questions?
Anybody got any questions? Nope, no questions, Don. Well, thanks for your report.
I do
Thank
have
you.
Got one. Hold on.
comments.
Go ahead.
Still with us, Don?
I am.
So last meeting, there was some questions regarding how much income the county was receiving from well activity. And I wanted to clarify a few things. And one of those was that the well activity is not what most people would think, and that's why I want to take and clear up the perceptions that some of the people have. Our total income from well activity to date was $138,000. And I had mentioned that we don't receive all of those funds because we share a certain portion of that with the county home to give you a little bit of income to do capital improvement projects that you otherwise wouldn't have. And the reason I
Right.
want to clarify this is because I don't want the people thinking that you're receiving a huge windfall, when in fact what you're receiving is just enough to give you some breathing room. And to date, we've transferred 30,000 to the county home. But I just wanted to clarify those numbers in case somebody thought that we were talking huge amounts of money. And you absolutely couldn't survive without the generosity of the people of Carroll County supporting your levy and how they support the county home and other functions. And I just wanted to clear that up.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Anything else? Thanks, Don.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. This time I'd like to advise Sheriff Calvin Graham filed his report for the month of August 2025, showing 1,488 meals served and 193 washes completed. A copy is on file at the Commissioner's office. I'd like to advise the Office of the Auditor filed her report of conveyance and fees, August 2025. A copy of this is on Commissioner's office. I'd like to advise in accordance with the Ohio Revised Code 319.15, the auditor has provided the monthly financial statement for the month of July 2025. A copy is in the Commissioner's office on file. Said Sonia wasn't coming in.
She was yesterday.
I'd like to advise Sonia Turovich, Carroll County Transit Director, filed her report for the month of July 2025, showing 36,803 service miles driven, 1,910 total passenger trips, and 8 declined rides. This is a 3% decrease in total passenger trips over June 2025. A copy is on report on the Commissioner's office.
No trees are injured, I'm sure.
Yeah. I'd like to invite Prosecutor Stephen D. Barnett filed his report, 2025 annual report for the Carroll County Prosecutor's Office. A copy of the report is on file in the Commissioner's office. Force back. A motion to appoint John Rinkus to the OMEGA Revolving Loan Fund Committee for the term of 3 years, retroactive to September 1st, 2025 through August 31st, 2028.
Motion to approve.
I'll second the motion.
Any discussion on this motion?
None.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, that motion's carried. Motion to approve the notice of intent for lead entity designs and a list of authorized users for building demolition and site resolution program. One of a motion,
So moved.
I'll second.
any discussion on this motion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, that motion's carried. Motion to approve and satisfaction and release a mortgage for June M. Martin Community Housing Impact and Prevention CHIP grant in the amount of $32,270.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion on this motion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye, that motion's carried. Well, it's not 9:25 yet. You guys want to wait until then, or you just proceed on?
When was the bid opening?
It's at 9.
Nine.
So we're good.
All right, so at this time, we have the Leesville storm sewer bid opening and Thrasher's here, and you guys are gonna open the bids, correct?
Like I said, Brad Ollinger with Thrasher. Nate Thompson. Go ahead and do the bid opening for Leesville Storm Sewer Project. First bid is J Green Excavating.
Before you do that, can you tell us a little bit about the project first?
So project has received funding, I believe it's CDBG funds, for Carroll County. Project is replacing failing storm sewer structures, so it's all catch basin replacement and then stubbing in all the existing pipes into the new basins, and then there's some contingency quantities in there for any pipes that, you know, as you go to tie them in, if the pipe falls apart or, you know, you have issues, there's some extra quantity in there for. some
This is
pipe
throughout the
replacement.
village of Leesville.
Yeah, throughout the whole village. So we walked it with them
Motion table.
probably 10 years ago. And
Right.
Is that contingency on a percentage basis of the total project, or how is the contingency? Right.
yeah, it's just honestly, all of the existing pipes that are in the structures, we tried to, okay, these are all the different sizes. Let's put, you know, 50 or 75 or 100, I remember the exact quantity of extra feet of pipe in here that, you know, should something pop up, there's extra pipe accounted for.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yep. So first bid again was J Green Excavating. We have a bid bond.
And would you be so kind as to let us know the address of each one of the bidders?
Yeah, I can do that. I do have receipt of addendum number 1. J Green is at 4263 Aurora Road Northeast, Mechanicstown, Ohio, 44615.
Thank you.
Their base bid is $208,550.00. Again, $208,550.00. Second bid, Kinsey Excavating and Trucking, 1777 Sharon Valley Road, New Philadelphia, Ohio, 44663. You have a bid bond
Susan has joined us from.
and receipt of the addendum.
Hi, Susan.
Sorry, I'm late, gentlemen. Hello.
Base bid, $162,454.22. $162,454.22. Third bidder, Stahl Excavating, 94480 Dining Fork Road, Scioto, Ohio, 43988. And you have a bid bond and receipt of the addendum. Base bid, $157, $470.00. Sorry, $157,470.00. Next bidder, Ohio West Virginia Excavating, PO Box 128, Powhatan Point, Ohio, 43942. You have a bid bond and receipt of the addendum. Base bid, $213,200.00. And $213,200.00. And we have Tucson Incorporated, address 3497 University Drive Northeast, New Philadelphia, Ohio, 44663. We have a bid bond and receipt of the addendum. Base bid, $166,814.00. And $166,814.00. That's all the bids that we've received. We'll take this back to our office. We'll scan everything in. You guys can have copies of everything, and then we'll go through, check them out, make sure all the forms are there, and then get a recommendation of award to you guys.
All right, so at this time, motion to table the Leesville storm sewer bids until Thursday, September 11th, 2025.
Move to table the bids.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All right.
Aye, that motion carried.
I'd like to thank everybody, all the contractors for going to bidding and taking the time to submit bids. We get here in Carroll County.
Yeah, I was just quite a few, I was not expecting that many, but that's good.
I think it's important to note it takes a lot of work and preparation to prepare these bids. Appreciate it.
Susan, you have anything to say?
I would like to thank Thrasher Group for all their hard work on this project as well. This is actually a CDBG critical infrastructure grant. It is a competitive program. And were very instrumental in helping us with the application in getting this grant for Leesville. So we certainly appreciate the hard work they're doing on this project as well.
All right, thank you guys. Perfect.
You guys are welcome to stay. You're free to go, whichever you want to do. We're going to finish our meeting now.
May take the opportunity, but I will get you a copy. of the
Okay,
signed
perfect. That was exactly what I was gonna ask.
Thanks. Thank you, guys.
Have a great day.
Thanks. Thank you. All right, this time we got a motion to accept bids up to and open at 9 a.m. September 29th, 2025 in the Commissioner's office at 119 South Lisbon Street, Suite 201, Carrollton, Ohio, 44615 for the Water Pollution Control Fund Household Sewer Plant Treatment System. Bids are being accepted for project 2022-11 installation on one septic system on Lunar Road in Carrollton. Form of motion.
So moved.
I'll second.
Any discussion on this motion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye, that motion carried. Anything for the board today, Ed?
No, not today. Monday, myself and some of my constituents or my colleagues, excuse me, will be here for a presentation and a proclamation.
Thanks, Ed.
Thank you.
Commissioner Workner, you got anything for the board today?
One thing I'll share is we received 3 applications for the IT position. And we're going to begin interviewing next week.
Next week. Anything else for the board?
At this time.
Commissioner Madransky, anything for the board today?
Viewership on our YouTube channel is increasing. I think our last video yesterday had 33 views, which is up from what we've been. So it's gaining nicely. People are using that source. Also, I conducted 3 interviews on economic development director, and we're bringing those 3 back next Thursday for a second interview in front of the entire board. I will do that in executive session, obviously, but we will be here in the afternoon, gentlemen, for 2 of them. So just here prepared for that.
And what date was that again?
It is a week from today.
Next Thursday.
It's the 11th.
Thursday.
All right, anything else?
That's it.
All right. So on my behalf today, here to speak, our maintenance ed superintendent of building and grounds. He's got some presentations on some signage, some concrete work and some electrical work. What do you want to go over first, Ed?
I think we'll do the switch gear first. Switch gear. So here's a basic diagram, just to give you guys an idea of what we're talking about here.
I got 2 here.
Okay, so with our annex project over there and phase 2 part of it, it's going to create some electrical changes. due to the HVAC and that in the back of the building. So they have submitted to us a work change order proposal for a switchgear, which is mostly for the phase 2 part, back part of the building. And what the switchgear is, on your diagram, it'll say switchboard, same difference. So it's the main feed panel that comes into the building. It'll take the high voltage, you get the 480 out of there. But then you can also feed off of that and it'll bring it down to a sub panel that'll then take it to a transformer. And then you'll get your other smaller sub panels of 120 off of that. So the switch gear is the whole package. So when they say switch gear, this is going to consist of the switchboard, the panels, everything that they need to put this whole thing together to where the electrical will be safely installed. It'll have safeguards. The big panel has like breakers on it. It's the main switch for the entire power for the whole back part of the building is what it would be. We have those here in the courthouse in the boiler room. So if anybody would like to look at them and get a better idea, all it consists of pretty much is we have 2 different types. One's actually got a big handle lever, and that would completely kill the power to the building. So Stidle, along with Sheets Electric, had submitted a work change order in the amount of $87,908. And that is to install and furnish everything for the switch gear. It's kind of crucial to get this taken care of because there is a 27-week lead time. And also with the part of phase 2 in the lead time on that, they are asking for a time extension of 200 days. So then with the 2.5 months that they still have on the current contract, by the time the switchgear material comes in, they feel like that they would have everything completed in phase 2 would be finished and everything by June 5th of 2026.
But this is not going to affect anything in the front side of the project we're already doing.
No, this is for the whole back half of the building, because what they actually had, the building now feeds off of everything towards the front of the building. And then the back part of it had sub panels in a room. And now that we've done the modifications in the front part of the building, all the electricity has been used up for the front part. So that's what's caused us to have to get this switchgear package for the back part of the building. And the HVAC system will take 480. So that makes a big change also because currently there is no 480 in the back part of the building.
Just a question. So the occupants that are planned to occupy the back part of the building, that's going to put them out to next year?
We need to get some more information. AEP has not come back with a quote for the back part of the building because they have modifications to get from the pole to the building for us. From some past experiences with the annex building, AEP has been taking anywhere from 2 months to almost 4 months to be getting back to us with information. So I'm not really sure where we're going to stand as far as that goes. The HVAC part of it, it may put it out a little ways. I'm not really sure at this point in time until everything gets approved, how far out that's going to be before we could have somebody actually move into that part of it. It's all going to be in the approval process here, along with being able to get our hands on all the equipment for the other building and get it installed.
So we have one entity that's on we're paying the rent for them. The current landlord's okay with the month-to-month basis?
With the month-to-month, we've already started painting in the walls and the ceilings in them rooms. The electric and heat's still gonna be on in them rooms. When this transpires here, it might be a day or so for shutdown, for switching over the power. Like Ed says, we need to check a little bit more on the, how much downtime.
So what I'm hearing is it isn't going to take until next year to
No.
get them folks in.
No,
Okay, that's what
I've
I've
already
get to.
got the walls and stuff prepped.
We're working on it at this time, yeah.
So what we're needing is a motion to accept the $87,908 to order the transfer switch. It's a 27-week outlook to get it in.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any other discussion on this motion?
Not this motion, but I have some comments thereafter.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, that motion's carried.
So, I've heard a few things on the street that I think we've addressed this before, but I think we need to keep getting the message out there that the whole purpose of the annex building is to save money. Not necessarily spend it, but we've got to spend money to get to the point where we can save money. So we're going to be bringing multiple buildings and agencies under one roof. And then it'll allow us to take and dispose of buildings that are high maintenance. I've also been hearing on the street, there are people that believe that the annex building, what we're spending on it, we could have got a new building, and we've already done the research on that, and that's not the case. We cannot get the square footage in the building that we have now, if we had tried to build a new building. So I just wanted to take and make sure that we're getting that message out to the people. They're going to have a one-stop shop, where previously they had to go to 5 different buildings, and it will save us money in the long run.
Well, just transferring 2 of the identities we're putting in there, the OSU and the outside storage, is gonna save the county $47,000 a year.
That's just the back part.
That's just the back part. So there will be some savings. It'll take a little bit to get it back, but in the long run, I think it'd be less maintenance. Everything's new, updated, the roof, heating, cooling, electrical, and I think the maintenance will be way down.
Well, we just had one of them outlying buildings, where we had to, address the fact that the HVAC failed.
Yes.
And it's been a never-ending problem with those outlying buildings, and when one, we could just get them all fixed, and one drops offline with something needing a roof, HVAC, heat, it's always something. The other thing I was gonna mention is some of those outlying buildings. I was taking a look at them just last week. Foundations of some of those are just the old baked tile. That old baked tile is starting to crumble and collapse, and it's just a matter of time until them buildings, we're going to have additional funds.
All right, so we'll move on to the next step. Ed, what are you gonna proceed with next?
Signs. Signs for the annex building, and also a sign for the Carroll County Commerce Park. I combined the two because earlier in the spring, we had a storm that damaged our signs out there. The dog pound sign was damaged along with the Commerce Park sign. We did run everything through the insurance company. There wasn't enough of a claim that they would approve it. So I really thought that if we added that in on our project at the annex, we would get better pricing, which was accurate. So I actually went out and I met with 4 different companies. I met with Fast Signs in Canton, Canton Signs, Archer Signs, and I met at the annex building with Lightning Signs. In doing so, I gave them just some basic information. And I already went, when I met with them, I gave them a diagram of kind of what maybe we would have in mind as far as signage for the building at Moody Avenue. And then I also went to where we would have somewhat the same kind of sign out at Commerce Park, But the sign at Commerce Park would not be a lighted sign, so it was a little bit cheaper. And getting those quotes, we had also added some lettering for the side of the building over on Moody Avenue. 24-inch, and it would read Carroll County Annex. And that would be on the north side of the building. And then we also got quoted due to an issue with not being able to place a sign at the street for the Board of Elections due to a sewer line or curbing the parking lot. There's no space right in that area that we can put a sign in there. We just don't have the footage unless we would take a piece of our parking lot and convert it into something where we could actually place the sign. We don't have enough footage off of the street. So in doing so, I asked them to go ahead and throw a quote in for 18-inch lettering on the front of the building. We could have it placed anywhere that we want. It looked like probably about 20 foot up from the bottom. Looked like it would read across there, probably the most accurate. I sent an email a while back with some of those diagrams to show what it would look like with the writing on the side of the building. And then we increased the size to the 24-inch on the north side that reads Carroll County Annex. So that when you sit at the stoplight up at 39 and 43, you can actually see across there and it will read very large across that building. So it'll be easily identified even from the stoplight. So they all have basic information here and build off of that. In my quotes, Archer sign, they did put a lot of time into trying to design everything. That's one reason that their cost is significantly higher. Their quote was $41,638.52. Fast Signs out of Canton also, their quote was $30,919.66. Canton Signs is $29,626.99. And then meeting with Lightning Signs out of New Philly, their quote was $24,773.63. I did touch base with Lightning Signs to make sure that everything was complete. That is full install of the signs. That would be the lettering installed on the sides of the building and our placards that would be put onto the signs will read as I provide them. So once we know for sure what we've got as far as the upper part of the building and all, I will get with Lightning Signs and they will then design that placard. So they really didn't put that in any perspective for us to look at right now, because he said that as they're making the sign, that's when I can give them whatever we want the sign to read so that we know that we're getting an accurate sign.
In these signs that will be on the ground, the letterings, it will be changed out if something else goes in.
Yes, they are made to where they can be changed. We also did have, I met with Josh DiCarlo. He is the new zoning guy for the village of Carrollton. We met over there at the annex building and they do have some strict regulations for the signage. You're not allowed, I believe the way that he described it, we were not allowed to go much over the 4 foot as far as height. And then length, there wasn't really a stipulation to that. But the situation we ran into at the annex building was when you're at that upper lot, the way that the yard drops off, the only way you're going to get a sign is you're going to have to keep it clear up in the north corner. Because otherwise, if you put it down below, then we're above the height restriction. And you're not even going to see the top of that sign until you've crest the hill and you start coming down the other side of it and you've done past the upper drive. So that kind of was something that we weighed out to putting that sign in the north upper corner. And the sign can be designed for like the Board of Elections, so it's going to be on that upper sign, but it's also gonna have a straight arrow showing that it's going to be down the hill a little further. And then that's why we thought if we put the lettering across the front of the building, being that we can't put a sign down there, that it then would definitely be easily identified by the public.
All right, so at this time, we're asking for a motion to hire Lightning Signs in New Philadelphia for $24,773.63 for the annex building and also the signage out at the dog pound facility, Merch Park.
So move.
Second?
Any other discussion on this signage?
No discussion on these signs, but thereafter I'd like to have a moment for comments.
The signs at the annex building, you say it's lighted?
It will be lighted, yes.
Is it backlit or is it got floodlights on?
It's going to be lit on both sides, the light's internal.
Does the electrical provided by Lightning or is that something?
No, that'll be something that will have, probably Tyler Sheets run some electric across there. Once we have our exact location of the sign, because I'll have to get with Josh DeCarlo again. Well, I've already had hoops come out. They've marked everything there. So once we get that for sure pinpointed exactly where that sign's going, then I'll see if I can get Tyler to pull some electric out there.
And is it, you'll make sure it's set back far enough, it's not a hazard for somebody trying to pull out of it?
Yes,
The letters on the building, are they lighted?
they are not. They are white. They said that most businesses use the white lettering due to reflective in the light. They said that as far as lasting, they will probably last many years. They've had a pretty good outcome with it's a plastic material, resin.
So I think it's probably important to clarify, I mean, look at these, that these are 3D signs. They're not something that's just plastered on the side of the building. They're actually 3D.
Yes, yes. In one other note here, still discussing these. So out of Commerce Park, what I did do, to also cut some of our costs, the dog pound itself, they're wanting to get something done with the front of that building. So they had some artwork painted on there a while back. So if that comes about, that building's going to be easily identified, but then we're not going to need to, because I don't really know that our sign was okay where it was to begin with. Because I didn't place it there. So what I'm doing is I'm having the Carroll County Dog Pound added to the Commerce Park sign. That way it eliminates having those two signs that close. And not only that, but I do believe that the dog pound sign sometimes, if you didn't pull a little further out of that drive towards the road, it was an obstruction coming from the south to see the traffic that was coming. So that will eliminate the one sign there. It'll be added on to the Commerce Park sign.
And Lightning signs will have it installed this.
They will install, yes. Yep.
Any other discussion? Already made the motion.
Yep, but you gotta say aye.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Motion's carried.
I did have some comments on the signage business. So reviewing the emergency response plan. Once we're planning on having people vacate this building to go to the annex building and just what we're looking at, just a matter of really we're down to a month or so.
Well, it's getting
And-
close.
So it's time to discuss this, is the signage in this building is going to need to change. And have we given any thought to how we're going to address that?
Not at this time because, well, we know that part of it's coming. I think the biggest thing with that is the the ones that did the sign here was also lightning signs. So having contact with them with the annex building, I'll be able to kind of incorporate that with them and get an idea because they may be able to just take our signs without having all brand new signs made. They may be able to fix our signs without us having to go and spend an abundance of money for all new signage everywhere, that they may be able to just get us a new vinyl to put over the sign and we're done with it.
I just wanted to bring it to our attention so that we don't get to the point where we've got offices that have vacated this building, aren't even in the building,
Sure.
yet we still have signage indicating that they are.
I would say I'll probably have real close contact with them once we know for a fact that we're within that 1.5 month move. If we've got the signs ready to go, that we can put them up the date they're looking out of here.
And we may have to update the pages of the emergency response manual once all these changes have been made also.
What I'd really like to do, Bob, is maybe incorporate having some Buckeye students look at our drawings again, because years ago, Janice Leggett had actually contacted Buckeye, and the students there worked on our fire evacuation and that. So maybe this is something that we could also get with the school to get them involved in it to where they can help us out and design something for us as far as evacuation plans and that, and update all of that also.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot being shaken up here. We might as well make sure we dot the i's and cross the t's.
All right, I'm gonna move on to the next step with the sidewalks. I got a schematic here. You guys probably share that. I have a schematic. This is showing, this is a part right here that goes into the child support agency that has not been replaced. And this is the short sidewalk that goes into the EMA's building that has not been replaced. We did get a quote on that. You have the quotes on that in?
The quote that I had received was from S&J Excavating. I did not get the,
Separate quote.
yeah,
So the quote from, which was Stittle, correct?
but yes, at one point, Stidle had actually submitted a quote to do the concrete work. And keep in mind that this has nothing to do with the green or the yellow. So we're only looking at the blue sections right now.
All right, so the blue section is serving where the EMA is going to take up housing and where the
Child support.
child support, and then this is going directly into the entrance of the Euro support, is it not? Because we
Yeah.
got both of those moving in over there.
Yeah, that's it's a short distance from the new section of concrete that's there. There's two pieces there that have to be changed out or trip hazard. But the quote on that was, you say you have that quote or not?
Okay, so Stidle, when they had submitted a quote to do the concrete work only in blue, their quote was $11,802, and that's only the blue. That wasn't including anything else.
But that was not in the scope of the project.
Right,
And what about the drain?
That was including,
that includes the drain.
Okay,
but it wasn't in the scope of the project that we're doing.
So then with these other two contractors, this includes the blues and the green, and includes the drain. So it includes a whole lot more here.
and more questions are going along. So looking at this, previously it had been steps. And
Yep.
now it'll be handicap accessible?
That is what we're wanting to try to turn that into, yes, a ramp instead of steps. Because all of your green, all the way around the building there to the back west side, there is nothing around there that is ADA compliant as far as getting in and out of the building. So
This will solve that problem.
this will solve the problem.
Not to mention that, but right here is two ADA compliant parking spots right beside.
Right beside where the ramp's gonna go?
Yes.
Okay. So that'll solve all those problems.
Yes. So to look at the whole big picture here, Stido had submitted that quote for 11,000 just for that little bit of partial work. Reaching out to two other contractors, being that that wasn't in the scope of the project. I have a submittal from S&J Excavating, and they had given us a quote to complete the blue and the green areas, including the drains, and their estimate was $23,610. Which is just a little over half of what Stido had submitted for just a part of the job, not even a quarter of it really. And then we had a quote submitted from Richmond Concrete. And that one was in the amount of $22,895. And that also includes all the blue and all the green detail, which would include the drain, the ramp, all the concrete to that back set of steps on the west side of the building. So I would think reviewing these, we're getting a lot more done. We're paying a little more, but to be able to get everything accomplished right now and knowing that we're going to have someone in that wing on the back corner of the building, we almost have to make that accessible for everyone, to be able to get in and out of the back part of the building. So in doing so, I guess we're asking the board to approve the concrete work from Richmond Concrete in the amount of $22,895.
So I make the motion to approve the $22,895 for the concrete work for Richmond's Concrete.
Second.
Any other discussion on this motion?
None.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Hi.
Aye, that motion's carried. The other thing I have for the board is, construction work for the last 2 weeks over at the annex building. I think you was at that meeting, Chris. I had to go to Jazz, so give you a copy. I have nothing else for the board. Media got any questions?
I have one other thing that I would like to bring up. That is, something else I've been hearing on the street is the amount of funds that have been spent on the annex building. And I think perhaps this is a perfect opportunity for you to take and share the amount of your work you've done to take and secure funding for this that is outside of the taxpayer of Carroll County's pocketbook. See that this building is getting done.
Yeah, so we have been applying for grants. We received, we'll start off with, we received a grant for the remediation of hazardous materials from the state. I'm not exactly sure the exact number, but it was pretty hefty price tag to go in and clear out all the hazardous materials. They got all lead-based caulking and paints and the tiles and all that. So that did not come from Carroll County's portion of tax revenue. It is tax money. I understand that, but it's tax money that was to the state that would have been delivered to some other county if they would have applied
Absolutely.
for
If
it.
we didn't get it, somebody else was going to get it.
Another thing we applied for was for $500,000 from our Congressman Ruley, at the time when he was a state senator, Ruley's office, during their congressional district money. I graciously felt that this was worthy of awarding, so they awarded us $500,000 that could be used towards the construction of the process. Prior to that, during COVID, there was a thing called ARPA money. ARPA money was given to each county and to spend on COVID-related issues. We took our money. You could have up, each county was granted the ability to take $10 million and use it towards wages, supplement wages for their workers. So we did that, which freed up our wages that we would have normally used, and we banked that money into to our coffers so we could use it wisely on a project, because we knew we had some issues with some buildings that we could use that money to use for construction of a project, which then we found this building at a price that we thought was very affordable. And then that's when the whole plan came into place. So we're not using our general fund money. We're using money that otherwise wouldn't not have been in the county, or we would have had to give it back if we hadn't used it. So that's kind of a quick overview of that money.
And the end result's gonna be,
Something that we have, so we didn't want to use that money for operations, because if you just hire more people, then what do you do when you run out of that money? You're stuck with either laying people off or trying to come up with grants to just kick that can down the road until you don't have any more money. So we wanted to sink it into something that was structural, that was going to last forever, that's going to relieve money for maintenance in the future, which is what we chose to do. I think it was a smart move. I would do it again if I was given the opportunity to do it again.
and I wanted to accentuate the fact that you poured a lot of work and effort into securing funds to make sure that the taxpayer, Carroll County, is not responsible for the burden of this building. And I think that needs to be brought out also.
Well, thank you. We're not done looking for funds. We're looking, I would just apply for an Ambler grant for the back portion of it to create a meeting room or conference center that can be used multi-purpose. Multi-purpose, it can be used for inclement weather, like a warming center. It could be used for a shelter in place if we ever have to do that, hopefully not. But it also be used as a backup courtroom. If something would ever happen here where the courts can't meet in their courtrooms for whatever reason.
Well, disaster recovery site.
Disaster, or if there's just a renovation that happens 20 years down the road to the courtroom, that they have to be out of the courtroom for a period of time while that renovation goes on. We have the option now, where we did before.
And we keep spending money to rent spaces when we have to gather large groups of people. So just recently, we had to rent the fairgrounds, and we've been doing that on a very regular basis. We'll have our own facility in which we can take and gather our people when required. But I specifically like the idea that we have a disaster recovery site now that's large enough to be useful. And also for the EMA side of the house, the EMA had to demonstrate an area in which during a disaster, like happened in Columbiana County, we would have the ability to instantly gather the individuals in a site that had enough square footage to do the media briefings and so on. And that checked the box for the EMA. With the EMA being able to check all of their boxes required, we're now going to be able to get the full use of our emergency management performance grant, where before we could only get portions of it because we were deficient in too many areas, including ADA, because the EOC is not ADA compliant. So this is one fell swoop is fixing a whole host of problems.
So it basically boils down to the building shouldn't be nothing owed on it. It's money that we've generated that wasn't taxpayers out of our county's money. And it's gonna save our taxpayers money from paying rent for outside buildings we had to rent. So that money will be coming back, and we're gonna have buildings that will be for sale, so.
And we're going to pull multiple agencies and entities under one roof, which will make it much more convenient for the citizens of the county instead of having to go from one building to the next, to transact their business.
I think it's important to note too, that we were able to do this without pulling any funds from other departments. They did not, we did not have to lessen their budget to be able to accomplish this.
All right, so I guess we probably shouldn't forget the clerk's report today, so. April, you got a clerk's report today?
I just have one thing that I wanted to share. The Carroll County Convention and Visitors Bureau is hosting Scarecrows on the Square, September 27th. Construction time is from 10 a.m. to noon and judging starts then at noon. Registration forms are available at the Carroll County Chamber of Commerce and CVV office, and the entry fee is $5. The deadline to enter is September 23rd. This information has been shared to the Commissioner's Facebook page, and that is all I have.
All right, thanks, April. Any questions for April?
April, do they have like competitions in the Scarecrow Challenge?
Yes, the information that is shared to the Commissioner's Facebook page has all the different the options for different what you can
Hi, Sarah.
choose and what different kind of things are voting on.
So maybe we should have a county courthouse or county department competition and use the front of our
You have a lot.
courthouse yard for that.
I got it. I was looking for it.
Departments.
Yeah, maybe Eva can head that up.
I can, I've been talking about it.
Make a motion, we allow Eva to head up the Scarecrow competition.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
So that motion includes use of a spot for the courthouse for that purpose?
We can do that, right, Ed?
Sure.
Okay.
Good. Any other business coming before this board?
Yeah. Be done before I get in more trouble.
I do have one comment I'd like to say. I don't know if you guys had taken notice going across Moody Avenue. Our health department has recently had a couple projects completed. We did go through the proper channels with the roof. It's had a new roof put on it, metal roof. Back in the spring, we had a storm that had taken some shingles off. We had tried to save the money by going through the insurance company, but due to the age of that roof, they would not honor that. So we didn't have a whole lot of options other than to go ahead and have it re-roofed. And in doing so, on the south side of the building where the upper entrance is to the side, we did have a new awning put over the top of that entrance to help avoid so much salt being thrown on that walk. Keep the weather off of it. It did come to a point where I had to make a decision of removing an old steel handrail that was pretty deteriorated at the base of it. It's concrete. So in doing so, these guys had replaced the rail with a very nice vinyl railing across there. Very eye appealing. It has increased in my point of view, it's increased that building's value tremendously just to look at it. So they did complete that. Yesterday, they completed the gutters and downspouts. So everything with that project's finished also. And Kelly has sent me text messages thanking us. I'm sure that she will thank the Board of Commissioners. But she has stayed pretty close with me with the contractors in and out of her parking lot over there. She sent me a text message this morning thanking me for the gutters also. So just so you guys know, I'm sure that thank you will come your way also.
So we've invested a lot of money in that building the last several years. They've got a new garage. Improvements to the parking lot.
It's a very nice facility.
Improvements to the inside of the building, new roof. And then we do some work to the generator also.
Yes. And Kelly has also recently put a lot of her own funds into it also on the interior. The building is a very nice building. It definitely is something that should last quite a while without needing any major repairs.
One of the things I like about the location of the annex building is Department of Human Services and Health Department work closely together with referrals, and the annex building, the health department building are right on top of each other.
Or we should probably include the health department on that sign with an arrow like the Board of Elections.
In fact, that's an
We could
excellent
also.
idea.
Yeah.
That is an excellent idea.
Anything else? Motion we adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?